kicking things off with your views on last night's football, Atlético Madrid. They went out, but it was nasty what they were doing. It wasn't pretty to watch, but they could have gone through. Is that a problem? Does it matter how you win? Joe is a Spurs fan. Hello, Joe. How are you?
I'm alright, you?
I'm good. I'm very well, thank you.
Right, so first of all, I've got no issue with winning ugly. I think, first of all, I think second half, Atletico absolutely outplayed City.
Yeah.
Also, I haven't got a problem with what's his name, Phil Foden done in terms of rolling around. But had that been a Spanish player doing it for a Spanish club, we'd be branding him a cheat, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'd use the word cheat. I'd probably be saying they're
bad tactics.
Yeah, bad tactics. The dark arts, bit mischievous that. But I mean, Phil Foden did it last night. I had no problems with him. Do you know what? I had no problems with him doing that. Is because we'd seen it in the first leg from Atletico. We saw it in the second leg where they were rolling around, wasting time. Do you know what I mean? And I guess Phil Foden, as I said, he's only a young. What is he? 21, 22. For him to be able to do that, the tactical nous to do that, I had no problem with that whatsoever. And the only reason why I had no problem with it is because Atletico have been known to do that all the time.
Yeah, and for me, I think that Foden was spot on. But I do believe, if he wasn't an English player playing for an English club, there'd be a lot of people out there saying his gameship is cheating, no?
Well, let me ask you, Joe, you're a Spurs fan, right?
Yeah.
So if Son was playing in the semi-finals of the Champions League, I know you're a Spurs fan, in the Europa Conference League, right?
He's out of order. He's out of order.
And he was rolling about like that. Would you have a problem with it if it wasted time and meant Spurs got through?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Winning. At the end of the day, I'd rather win, ugly or not.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to win, but winning's the most important thing. It's the only thing.
Okay, Joe, listen, we're losing you. It's not the greatest line, but I appreciate you.
I think against other teams, people might have a problem with it. They might say is that if Manchester City are playing whoever in the Premier League, Liverpool, and that start of theatrics starts to go on. No, I'm telling you that people would go, what is this?
What if we see it at the weekend, right? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think people would like it as much because it's Simeone and they're renowned for doing this, dirty tactics.
Yeah,
I think that's why people are like, well, have a bit of your own, taste your own medicine.
I think you're right. Justin is a Liverpool fan. Hello, Justin.
I just remove. Hi, boys. You right?
We're good. Very well.
Afternoon, guys.
Have you got the radio on? If you have, can you turn it off because we can hear a bit of reverb?
No, someone just walked past and said hello.
Oh, fine. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just want to say, I was listening to Cundy last night as well after the game, I completely agree with Cundy and Benty. He is so anti-football, and I would hate to say Simeone. It's disgusting football. We've had to play Atlético Madrid a couple of times, and like Cundy was trying to say last night, well, if that's the way you've got to beat Man City, then that's the way you got to play, which would be fine if it was just a one-off game that they had to play like that. But that's how he set up week in, week out in the Spanish League. And the Spanish League, we don't need to play like that, but he plays like that week in, week out. Every other football team on planet Earth, from grassroots football, what I play, up to Man City, everybody aspires to the beautiful game, to make the game more beautiful, make passing more fluid, make the runs, make the dribbling, make the goals, the finishing. Everybody, every single team aspires to play the beautiful game the beautiful way, apart from Simeone and that other idiot Mourinho.
Justin,
so anti-football, and I think it's just disgusting.
Justin, when you say anti-football, I get it, but when you look at Atletico last season, I know that maybe the La Liga is not as strong as it once was, but they did somehow find a way of winning La Liga last season, so you can't really kind of poo-poo that achievement and we've seen Simeone get to multiple Champions League finals, so clearly it does work. But I mean, I don't enjoy watching it, but I've got no problem with them playing that way.
Yeah, no, it works. It's horrible. I would hate to be a fan of any club that he ever managed. I'm not saying it doesn't work. What I'm saying is, it is anti-football. It goes against the grain of what every other team on the planet tried to do. We all want to play beautiful football.
Just, if you're a Liverpool fan, if Liverpool win the Champions League and they play like that in the final, will it take the shine off it for you?
It would take the shine off it, but again, that would be a one-off game, wouldn't it? We don't play like that week in, week out.
No, I know you don't.
Like I said, if he played like that just to beat Man City, then I haven't got an issue, because you do have to play different ways to beat different teams. I get that, and I'd have no issue. But the fact that he does that week in, week out, in a rubbish Spanish league, and then when he gets to Europe, he knows that all the English teams are better than him, so the only way he can go out is to spoil the game. That's not football.
No.
That's unsportsmanship, and it's just disgusting. And I don't think it should be celebrated. I don't think anybody should be saying, yeah, let's accept it, because I just think it goes against what every single one of us, as a kid, learn and aspire to be.
Okay, Justin, thank you for your call. What are you going to say about
No, because I'm looking at Atletico Madrid here, and I mean, they can't possibly play that defensive in that way every single week because they have scored 57 goals this season, right? And the only ones that have scored more than them are Barca and Real Madrid. So clearly,
I know, but it's La Liga. I mean,
I know it's La Liga, but unfortunately, that's the league that they're in.
You and I have had a conversation many a time about would I take Simeone at United, and I've poo-pooed it instantly. I said, it'd be awful. And I actually said, I'd rather not win a trophy, a league title, playing like that under Simeone and wait another 5 years. Yeah. And you poo-pooed it. Now we've seen that. Can you understand why I would say?
No, I'm still. If someone said to me, Arsenal are guaranteed to win the Premier League next season if Simeone's manager and he plays like that, I'm taking it.
Yeah, but you haven't won it. When was the last time you won it? 2003?
4, yeah, something like that. A long time ago.
So you haven't won it for nearly 20 years?
No, so you're 10. So it's still a long time, nearly. But I'm just
ask me in 10 years, all right?
No, see, you can't. I know that we don't like to watch that type of football, but you still can't tell me that Simeone is not a top manager, or not. Maybe he's not elite level, but he's a good manager.
I don't want him.
But he's a good manager.
He's got a good CV. Ken is up next.
As well.
A Man United fan. Hello, Ken.
Hi, Andy. Hi, Dan.
How you doing, mate?
Right, off you go.
I was just thinking, Dan. There's more. I sort of agree with what Benty's saying there, but there's loads of ways to win football matches. I take it. We were having the debate the other day whether we would miss Burnley in the Premier League. I think teams like Madrid, teams like Burnley, I know they're slightly different, but they don't play the pure game. But it gives everyone the.
But Kenny, with Burnley, I think that was Monday's show with Adrian Darren. With Burnley, they don't have the players to, perhaps you could argue, to play a different way. But Atletico Madrid do have the players. When you pick, they've got like João Felix and Griezmann and players like that. They do have the players to compete with the very best, but they choose not to use them in that way. That's the difference. I think
you used the word earlier, nastiness. I think the nastiness of it it sort of appeals to me. I miss the football from the 80s and 90s. It's great, everyone passing out from the back, and the Man City Liverpool game at the weekend was brilliant. But do you not miss that bit of putting your foot in and a bit of nastiness and a bit of the dark arts? It makes it more interesting. I think the Premier League has to be careful it doesn't become a bit sterile. Everyone playing the same, everyone playing out from the back. Even teams in the Premier League that are not particularly suited from playing out the back, they all fall into this trap. It's the keeper to the full back, to the centre half, back to the keeper, and they put it up the park, and you think, that took about 30 seconds, or you're no further forward than if you had hoofed it up the park. I look at Simeone, and what I have to say is he gets world-class players to buy into that system.
Would you have it United, Ken? Would you have it United?
I don't think we've been long enough without a trophy. I heard Dan saying about Arsenal. I think maybe another couple of years, I think we would take him. But no, I can see both sides. He's obviously a winner, but I want United to play
entertaining football. For United to play. Thanks, Kenny.
I mean, we know Simeone's been a kind of a villain. Certainly against England way back, I think 98 was it, with Beckham. So since then he's been a villain. But it's almost like he enjoys being that villain, villain role. Like
when he was telling everyone to clap.
Yeah, it's like the world against his team. But not only that, and this is a sign of a good manager. He's got the supporters, because a lot of people who've called up this show have said, I couldn't sit there and watch this football every week, which is fair enough. That's your opinion. You couldn't tell that to the Madrid fans that were in there last night. They were all singing. They were all chanting his name. I mean, even the players, as you said, they're world-class players, are buying in to playing like that.
But they are the league. I think I'm right saying the league champions.
League champions. So he's getting world-class players, very, very good players, to play like that. Even people like Griezmann, João Felix, who have got more billion than what they're showing.
I think you're saying Griezmann's name incorrectly.
Sorry, Griezmann, people like that. He's getting them to play like that.
Yeah.
So they must believe in what he's telling them.